Hey, this is Evan with Life with Crypto, and today we're going to jump in and talk about Rebase coins. More specifically, you'd know them as Olympus DAO and Time Wonderland. And what these coins are coins that are paying out pretty ridiculous APYs. You can see Time Wonderland, which is based on Avalanche, is paying out 83,000%, while more conservatively, Olympus DAO is paying out a more conservative 4,400%. So what these tokens are is, you can see this is the first platform that made it was Olympus DAO. Granted, Olympus is based on Ethereum, so the gas fees are particularly high for staking and then removing your liquidity or just farming your gains. So there is Time Wonderland, which is based on Avalanche, and it is just fractions of a penny or pennies to make a deposit of your LP tokens, like add to the actual protocol or take your gains away. So these are the two different ones, and the goal of these are to become the decentralized reserve currency. And how they plan on doing that, I'm going to show you the graph on Olympus, because they have a graph, while Time Wonderland unfortunately does not have a graph. So how this protocol works is they're paying out these crazy APYs, but they're doing so because people, in exchange for actually getting an Olympus token, they would be able to put in DAI, which is a stable coin, and in this case, they wouldn't make any money. When you see a negative here, you pay 20% premium to give DAI to receive the OHM token. So what they do is you pretty much give them a giant reserve of stable coins, which is really smart because they're owning their own liquidity. Meaning, if they needed, so the whole point of this is that this token can't just go to zero in a second. I mean, theoretically, anything could, but all this money that people have put in to actually buy the token goes in these giant reserve currency pools, and you can see that they have, let's see now, you can see it has gone down tremendously, and it's not because people can pull it out, it's because when the token price gets to a certain level, for example, if the $200 token price goes down to $70, the money in the reserves will be used to buy back all the shares at $70 and then burn them, meaning it keeps the price at a certain level, but it also takes down liquidity significantly. So you can see on the Olympus protocol, they have almost 300 million of DAI stablecoins, 63 million of FRAX stablecoins, 114 million of ETH, about a million of Sushi Swap, and LUSD, another stablecoin, 100 million of that. So they use these very stable coins to potentially buy back the asset, and over time, we're going to look at this. These coins were super valuable. Look at this. It pumped up all the way to 1,100. Now it's down to 200. Does that seem risky? Yeah, but at the same time, it's de-risked. So you've seen a lot of people talking about this coin earlier, but it was potentially, when everyone was talking about it and buying it, it was a very, very risky stage. Same with Time Wonderland. You know, it was up at 9,000 over here. Yeah, 10,000. And now it's dropped all the way down to 2,000, almost for the first time under 2,000. So these investments could have potentially, de-risked a lot, meaning your downside risk is a lot lower. But this is not financial advice. This is just me talking about some potential fun things to do in DeFi. So let's go into the Time Wonderland app and show you the backing on this coin. Meaning, for every $2,000 coin, there is a backing of $1,220. So if you want to get, I'll do a quick simple spreadsheet to show you the benefits of both. All right, so just quickly threw together a spreadsheet. So this is Time Wonderland and OHM, and I'm trying to get you to understand this by showing like what happens when actually it hits the reserve number. So we see the current price of both Time is, say, 2,071. The backing per each coin is 1,022. So the difference, how much it has to drop before it hits the backing amount when it starts buying back. It's like a good area to think that the coin will be difficult to go below that amount. 1,220 is $851. So meaning it has to drop 41%, and then there'll be some support there. So it needs to do a little bit, and drops a little bit. However, with Ohm, it needs to drop 64%. So you want this number to be smaller to make it less risk. So time in this way looks a little less risky, but also its market cap has gone down. It used to be number 2, and now it's way down here. But I think we can, give you the basic gist of these tokens. And the great thing is they've gone down a lot, and they pay out a huge percentage. So not financial advice, but this is an interesting, or the lowest priced opportunity to get into some of these coins. So it's definitely a good time to rethink, the possibility of investing in these for the long run. And you see that it's a pretty crazy APR. And it's always something to think like, would this be worthwhile at 83,000%? So let's go back, and I'm going to actually show you how to stake with time. So just jumping in, there's actually 2 different ways of buying time. You see, one of the other features, like I told you, is how the liquidity gets added to these protocols, which makes them interesting and cool. Which gives these huge reserve of stable coins, is that you can mint the token. So you see over here is that for MIM, Magic Internet Money, I know it sounds crazy, but it's a stable coin, you actually get a 4.46% discount on your Time Wonderland. So it almost makes a lot of sense just to mint with MIM. So I'm going to go about and get some MIM. So since this is on Avalanche, you need to have a MetaMask. So there's plenty of videos on how to do that. And if you actually need to add Avalanche to your MetaMask, I'll show you a very quick way of doing that. So if we go to chainlist.org, amazing site that allows you to add all the different networks to your MetaMask in seconds. So I'm going to remove Avalanche because I already have it. I have to get off of it to remove it. So I'm going to remove Avalanche like this. And then I'm going to show you how fast it is to add it. So chainlist.org, go to add your network to your MetaMask. And what you got to do is you got to connect your wallet. Connect wallet down here. So wallet's connected, and then I would go to AVAX, Avalanche Mainnet, add to MetaMask. This is the wallet I want to add it to. All right, we need to add it right here, switch network, perfect. So now I have it, which is great, so I can get into all these Avalanche places. Okay, so now we're going to get into Trader Joe's XYZ, and the reason why we're going there is to buy some time and some MIM to show you the 2 ways of actually getting into Time Wonderland. I'm not going to tell you how to get into Ohm right now because it's probably 40 bucks for the swap, 80 bucks to actually deposit the LP tokens, and it's just it's too much. You need at least, I'd say, like 3, 4, 5 to 10,000 to justify those fees, in my eyes. You can do with less, but it's just you're eating away all your profits. Okay, so here we are. We click on trade, and I see I have a little Avalanche here. So I'm going to go and buy some time. So I want to actually I want to figure out what $5 is. So we're going to go here. All right, we'll switch that around, refresh this. Sometimes if anything's not working, just refresh. So I'm going to say, what does $5 look like okay, so it's $5 in Avalanche is this amount. That way I know when I buy time, I'm going to buy $5 of time this way. All right. So I'm going to swap for some time right now. I click swap. And remember, you always need Avalanche for gas, so you can send it over from Coinbase straight to your MetaMask. Any exchange, you can send Avalanche and it lands into your Avalanche wallet, not as an Ethereum coin, so that's great. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this because I'm also using a ledger. And make sure, if you're using a ledger, which I highly recommend for any DeFi things, click the link in the description. You just need to bulletproof yourself. Remember, there's hackers that are so much smarter than us. And you know, I don't even know what they're doing, but people are getting their wallets wiped out and I have no idea how. So I use this and it makes you do a physical confirmation. So if they come into your office or your house and click these buttons before each transaction, they can get you, but truth is, probably won't happen. So click here, click confirm. I confirm the transaction on my ledger. That's all it takes. And the transaction is sent. Avalanche is pretty quick, so it works quite fast. So we'll do that. So since that transaction's already going, we know how much $5 is. We're gonna buy some MIM, Magic Internet Money. I know it sounds crazy, but there's a lot of it out there. It's gotten quite popular. We see price impacts very low. We love low price impact. It means you're getting market price. All right, let's confirm that. All right, so this is always, you can open these to see when the transaction goes through. Sometimes it doesn't work. Success, success. So in my wallet, I should have, oh no, I don't have MIM, or I don't have time. So what do you do now? This is a place people freak out because they're like, I don't have these coins in my wallet and I paid for them. So you got a CoinGecko, and then we will go to MIM, M-I-M, and we see right here, if we go to more, we can copy the contract address, go back to our MetaMask, and throw it in here. Import tokens, paste it, add, nice, and now we can do that for time, Wonderland. We will also grab that address, go back to MetaMask, throw it in. All right. Okay, so I see the transaction for time almost failed. All right. So now let's go back over to the exchange. Okay, so seeing that we bought time and brought MIM. Time we can just directly stake. So I have the time in my wallet. You can go over here, you can see I have 0.02 time, so we're gonna max that one out. Make sure your wallet is connected up here. Sometimes if something's not working, give it the good old DeFi refresh, fixes most things. Okay, so now we're seeing that. So one thing you're gonna see is that when you stake time, your receipt for staking time is wrapped memo, W-M-E-M-O, or it might just be memo. We're gonna see what they give us. So I'm gonna prove that. You're paying 12 cents, which isn't bad. And then you confirm it on your ledger. Hopefully you have a ledger or a Trezor. I don't know much about Trezors, so I like the ledgers. Remember to give this video a like, really helps with the YouTube algorithm, gets more people to see this. And yeah, we're here trying to share some information and help people make some money in the crypto space. So we have that transaction going through. Your transaction was successfully sent. Let's see if it's still pending. We're going to see the time right here. Okay, the transaction went through. And I still see it here. So we are going to refresh that and see if anything happened. All right, so it takes a little bit, but we actually have our time in here. So as a result, we should have some memo. Is that showing up here? It is not, so let me do that. So I always take the, I went to memo because I like to just have that receipt in my wallet and I can see it. And I will go ahead and grab it on Avalanche. We did it the same way we did it last time. Go over to our wallet, go to assets, go to bottom, click here, and add the memo, just in case we have the wrap memo receipt. All right, so we're gonna go back over to here, and we see that we have our time staked. So now let's go ahead and mint some time. So we have a little time in here from just doing it direct, but let's mint it. So we're going to go over to rept. Okay, so look at this is the time price. When we mint it, we get it for that 5% discount. So yeah, let's get the discount. So we see that we have 5 MIM, Magic Internet Money right here. So what we're going to do is just max that out, approve it, pay that 12 cents, go ahead and approve it on your ledger, and just let that one go through. So I'm seeing that you need to buy 0.01 time, which I don't think 5 memos enough for, but let's just see if this transaction goes through. This is the same motions you would go through, whether you had enough or you didn't. So I just want to show you how to do it. So we wait for this as it goes through pending. And if it just kicks back again, it just won't work, but this is how you do it. It was successfully sent. Zap. Then we go to mint. All right, let's see if anything's happening in the wallet. We still have the MIM, and we'll go to mint. Bond too small. See, I was right. So you can't exactly do it without enough MIM, but if you were to buy 1%, so at least $200, $210, that would work. So you know how to do it. So this is the amazing opportunity of how to make 83,000. Remember, this coin could always go down a significant amount, but could be balancing out about $1,000, probably goes down to 500, but you just got to calculate, is the crazy APOI worth the coin potentially dumping? Are you buying it at the bottom? So these are always good questions to ask yourself, but relatively high risk opportunity, but a huge passive income opportunity as well. So yeah, so if you want more videos, please like and subscribe. This is Evan with Life with Crypto, and feel free to add any comments in the comment section. We answer them all, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. All right, thanks, bye.